John, your second book is just about to be released, and pretty special to hear us here at Gloucester Park, but very special for you. It's more or less your life story.
Yes, it is, Michael, but it's my life in the world of race calling, and I really wanted to bring everybody up into the broadcast box with me. And people often say to me, why did you call the way you did, or you seem to bring a lot of emotion to it, and you had a lot of witticisms and all those sorts of things. But there was a reason for that, and it's a very passionate industry, and I recognized as a young man that if I could capture the essence of the soul of the animal and the nobility or the aristocracy and the drama of the horse, not so much the statistics. I mean, they're important, but if you can get sort of underneath the skin and you can put that out there, then you can make people really want to listen to you. And but you just better be credible doing it. So it took some years to get a handle on it, but I've tried in the book to do the same thing, to bring people inside the broadcast box, see what I saw in the way that I saw it.
And it really is the halcyon days of harness racing as well over here as well. So you're very lucky in the era which you came through, probably starting in the mid-70s with Pure Steel, but the WA industry over that time frame with Pure Steel, San Simeon, Pro Chevalier, Village Kid.
4 Miracle Miles in 6 years, or 4 Into Dominions in 6 years, or something. It was incredible, with San Simeon, Steelo, Village Kid, Pro Chevalier. They were all around the same time, Satinova, and just before that, Mount Eden. But I think in the 90s was still strong. I mean, you had Jack Morris, and then Baltic Eagle, Falcon Strike. A lot of great horses, but the 70s to now are the most transformative years in the history of not just harness racing, but thoroughbred racing as well, and greyhounds, of course. I mean, they weren't even incepted. They came along just after or just 2 years before I started, and I by timing or good design or good fortune, I was at the start of a lot of things and actually working. 6PR, when it came along, it completely revolutionised coverage in this state on radio. And, I was there for the start of that with Trevor Jenkins and Stuart Shenton. And then Sky Channel in the mid-80s started in Perth. A lot of people don't realise that because it was so not watched. I mean, nobody had TV in their...
It was Club Superstation, wasn't it?
Well, Club Superstation was in Sydney, and the original Sky Channel was here. But, the only way you could get to see it was some esoteric number of pubs, but it was great practice ground, and we covered Ascot, and we covered Sydney, and we covered Brisbane. I used to have fun with John Tapp on air and Alan Thomas. And then after, it only lasted about 6 or 8 months, and then it got bought out by Club Superstation, which became Sky Channel. But, I was there for the start of that. So, it was like foundations of things. And now look at what it is. It's just unbelievable. But I saw the beginning of it, and racing radio. And then when Sky Channel started covering the trots here, and I remember the night when that started. And, I've just seen all these things along the way in the most evolutionary period of the sport, most radically evolutionary period in the history of the sport. And so there's a lot to write about. And it wasn't a matter of what to put in the book, it was what to leave out. And there's a lot of anecdotes as well, and humour and adventures. And, it's just, it was an amazingly cathartic experience doing it, but also quite harrowing at times, and intensely difficult with regards to research, because a lot of it's pre-internet, and I had to get VHS tapes and borrow them from people, and scrapbooks, and 1,000 phone calls, and tracking people down, and that it was very hard yards, and you can't get anything wrong. Racing's very judgmental. You get something wrong like that, and they'll be all over you like a rash, as they should. Yeah. So.
And also, we talk about champions and all that, but there were so many characters as well along the way, which you would have had a bird's eye view of.
And the thing about the champions, a lot of characters associated with the champions, it gave me the opportunity as a broadcaster and an interviewer to be able to get close to all the camps and have some relationship with all of them. I mean, from Pure Steel to the Falcon Strike, I had some amazing relationships with people involved with those horses because of the job initially, but I was very much in love with the daughter of Russell Roberts at the very start of things when I was 19 years of age, and I went to school with her brother, and Russell and I are still friends today, and Pure Steel and I became great friends. I mean, I used to spend time running around the paddock with that horse, and I used to swim him, and all sorts of, the stuff that's all in the book. I won't get into it now, but like a lot of stuff that people didn't know is in the book, and then later on. Village Kid. I mean, Bill Horner, he's just such a great man and great friend of mine. And Chris Lewis and I will be friends all our lives. We're like brothers. And Sean Harney was just one of my very best friends. And Rod Chambers and I and a group of other fellows put together a show after his death for his wife Vicky. And he died at 39 while that horse was still racing, Jack Morris. And then there was the San Simeon story. I mean, Lou Austin, a man who wore his heart on his sleeve, and I must have interviewed him 1,000 times. And Westburn Grant and Franco Ice. I mean, one of the great dramas. It was almost Shakespearean. It was just incredible, the whole story. And then Baltic Eagle and Rod Chambers, and then Kim Prentice with that horse, and then Falcon Strike, and I ended up marrying one of the owners. And it's just there's so many stories to tell, and oh man, it's been an adventure.
Now, obviously, you're famous for your calls. Question without now, as we haven't spoken about this, do you have a favourite call? I mean, you're famous for so many, like some of the personal favourites. I get asked that a
lot, so I've actually sat down and tried to figure it out. My favourite call would be the time trial with one horse. With one horse in it. Yeah. And my favourite race that I ever saw was the Pacing Cup final, where the Harlem Boy beat Jack Morris and Franco Tiger. It was the greatest race I ever saw that I called. Yeah.
It's been quite a long journey for you.
Yeah, it has. Things stick in your mind, and there's just so many of them that I can't relate them here, but read the book.
Well, the book's going to come out very soon, and you've got a website?
I have johnhuntbooks.com, and it'll link you to Vivid Publishing, which is the publisher, and to buy the book.
And people will be able
and
to
I'll sign them, and I'll put messages in them and things. Just ask me on the internet.
By the palms, John Hunt.
Whatever.
Now, and
you can buy them in bookstores as well, but probably the easiest way is just go to johnhuntbooks.com.
And the website has also got some memories as well, so of your calls and some of the great horses in action.
Well, someone suggested I do that, so I did, and I've put on there. It's got the little box that you press the play on it, and I've got segments of things, of different highlights that are all relevant to the book. They're all related in the book. So.
And your epic retirement from Sky Channel, which I think went on for about a month. It was bigger than a John Farnham farewell tour.
It gave me some wonderful memories, I can assure you. I took the dog in the studio and got interviewed by John Tapp, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. All right, John. Good luck with the book. I know we're going to be supporting it here at Gloucester Park, and really looking forward to for the book coming out and reading it and supporting you with it. So good luck.
I'm very honoured, Michael. Thank you very much.